Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon and welcome to the August 13th, the Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary. One of the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during the next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Let those fingers do the walking, but let them get walking early. Send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. In that subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, and our Tigers, then well, anything will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Thursday, terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, we've got a mixed bag out here. The Dow's off 35. The S&P's up 4. NASDAQ's up 92. Russell's up 3. Semis are down 11. New York Stock Exchange is up 29. Gold is up $14. Silver up $1.30, 5% to the upside. That's the big mover in shaker. Light sweet crude is down 56 cents. Trade out at 42.11. Light sweet crude is really an uninteresting product. It has been uninteresting for months now, just basically moving sideways, slightly higher, but basically sideways out there. Natural gas is up nearly 2 cents. 30-year Treasury is down 13 ticks. Trade out at 178.11. Lead the charge dollar-wise. The upside, Amazon, trade out at $1,641. That's up $86. Mercado Libre's up 47 or 4%. Amazon's up 36, a little over 1%. Chipotle's up nearly 3% or $34. Vroom, VRM, down 14%, nearly $10. Neighbors Industries down $14, 14%. That's about $8. NetEase is off $6. Cisco's down 5. That's 11%. So certainly things to look at, but we're going to look at what you want to look at. Let's begin by just taking a look at the markets overall. Let's begin by taking a look at, so since we were last together, that would be yesterday, there's a new profile that did form inside the Russell 2000. Yesterday, we gave you the new profile inside the ES Mini. By the way, price is trading above the top of that profile. What does that mean? The top of the profile is where sellers are at. So another word for resistance. Price is above those sellers. It is above resistance. Now, the key level is 33.79, the high from a couple days ago. If there's a close above that, there's no topping signal inside the ES Mini, and it'll want to run higher. Higher to where? That's a great question. Why is it such a great question? Well, if we try to figure out where resistance might be, whether we look at daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly, and that's what this set of charts here does. Upper left-hand corner is the ES Mini for the daily time frame. Now I've got my composite symbol. That way I can pull together quarterly and monthly and weekly profiles since we've got the data. Well, it's on the weekly that is what's most interesting. And so tomorrow's close for the ES Mini is going to be an important close. Why? Because this is a bearish structure. Looking at the upper right-hand panel chart out here, bearish structured profile. The top is at 32.53. 33.74. Don't worry, I'll eventually get my numbers right, but you know what I was talking about. We're trading at 33.78. The center's at 32.53, so a close above 32.74 would be bullish. Whereas you expect and you anticipate somebody's asking a question. Maybe when I turn down the Dan, somebody's asking a question. Where's the target for the ES Mini? We're here right now. The 33.79, the key reversal session from a couple of days ago. You've got the top of that weekly profile, and if price closes over that, I'm not sure what I would use here. Probably have to go back, not probably, I would have to go back to horizontal trading ranges to figure out what the next target is going to be. So that's what's going on inside the ES Mini. Again, here are the four different, so you've now got the NASDAQ. So the profile inside the NQ is bearish in structure. That center line at 11,049, much closer to the top than it is to the bottom. Let's just switch over here to our 4-panel quadrant for the NQ out here. Now, what you're going to notice, if you take a look at the upper left-hand panel, the daily time frame, you're going to see those red arrows. And those red arrows are pointing to what? The reason I asked the question was because I had to get a sip of water. But you're exactly right. Those red arrows are pointing to support the bottom of the Taz market profile, whereas resistance is the top of those profiles. So far, all the moves lower that we have seen coming off of the March low have been nothing more than a test of support, even just a couple of days ago. So nobody should get crazy with regard to what the markets are doing. In order to have a change in trend signal, you've got to get a close below, two closes, quite frankly, below support. We don't have that. Right now, the NQ is traded above resistance, 11,205. It's a bear structured profile. It's very bullish when you trade above that. We don't have any other profile levels when we take a look at the quarterly, the weekly, the monthly time frame. So on the weekly, I just simply have the swing points expansion from the high back in February to the low in March out there, and that would give you the next target of 11,662. That would be the 1.618 target for that. So odds favor any close today inside of the NQ above 11,205. That would be its signal, 11,662. Again, going back to the 4-panel out here, so we've covered the ES, we've covered the NASDAQ. So inside the Dow, if we take a look at the Dow equity future contract out here, we'll go to my 4-panel version of this. What do we see? Well, we see resistance here. There's clear resistance. There's 2 levels of resistance. There's 3 levels of resistance. The first 2 levels come from the weekly time frame, also a bearish structured profile. Now, at the center of the profile, even though it's not always in the center, in this case here, it's not in the center. You can see it's priced at 28.125, much closer to the top. The reason why we say it's bearish structure is because at the center line is where both buyers and sellers believe there's fair value in the range. What's the range? The range is the top and the bottom of the profile, 29,256 to 23,602. So if there's both buyers and sellers, and we're just going to make, that's a 50-50 group of people that are up there, fair value, so that's 50-50. But if there's also sellers, and they're closer to where sellers reside, which is the top of the box, that's why Stevie refers to this as a bearish structured profile, because the resistance area for the Dow equity future contract is between 28,125 and 29,256. Now, we know that's a resistance level. Will it hold or not? That's something we don't know, but at least we know where the sellers are camped out. You've got 29,256 is the top for the weekly, and 29,256 is the top of the box for the monthly. So in the case of the Dow, let me switch over to my other set of tools out here. We'll pull up the Dow equity future contract out here. And the Dow equity future contract, as we pull this over, just give me a moment. The other level, so what would need to occur today or tomorrow inside the YM is you'd need to see some spike above 28,069. If that occurs, it will at least generate a TD9 count topping signal. If it doesn't do that, there is no topping pattern that's in play right now. And what the Dow equity future contract is communicating to you and I at 1:14 in the afternoon, without a topping pattern, is that it wants to go target 29,222. That's your ES. That's your NQ. That is your YM. And when we get back from this break, we'll go take a few questions that have come in by email. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the Taz Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The Taz Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So let's go to our first question. First question coming in from Jared L. And Jared wants to take a look at, he's looking at your gold equities, and he's also taking a look at ticker symbol NAC, which we've looked at for the last couple of days. Different people that are inside this instrument, I guess. That's Northern Dynasty Minerals out here. And so as we take a look at it, we can see prices trading below the daily profile, inside the weekly profile, and above the monthly. So that makes this somewhat complicated to interpret. It's really going to be dependent upon your time frame holding. Well, as we go take a look at the daily time frame chart with Stevie's other tools out here, what this is signaling to you and I is that what NAC wants to do, ticker symbol NAK, is move down to $1.20. That is its breakout area. Resistance here is $1.65. That's the message from the daily time frame. The weekly time frame chart shows that price is trading below the top of the weekly profile and below Stevie's green line out here, and so this too is suggesting lower price. Now, lower price could be between $1.13, $1.20, or $1.37, but both the daily and weekly now are suggesting lower price for ticker symbol NAK. As I take a look at the monthly time frame chart, price got up to 230. That was resistance. That was its TD9 breakdown level. So then that makes sense with regard to what we're taking a look at on the daily and the weekly time frame. So at this stage of the game, Jared, you're looking for an entry point, or you're long this already. I would keep your stop in place because this is suggesting that where price wants to head to is $1.20. Now you're asking about the mining equities out here, so let me just actually put up a GDX on. You didn't mention any equity, any specific equity or what have you. Just saying, looking at your gold equities out here. So let's take a look at the GDX just in general, and then I think we'll go to a couple of other equity positions with a caller that we've got on the line. But with regard to the GDX, you've got wave number 7, that's letter G. You've got a Rhodes momentum confirmed top out here. That was with the gap to the downside back on August 7th. And this says that price should target 38.34 or 32.69. Price is below its bullish structured daily profile out here. So I would keep my powder dry, Jared, when it comes to the mining equities. At least that's the message coming from the GDX for its daily time frame. Let's go out to Gary in Michigan. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you? Do we have Gary? We lost Gary. Oh, now that is a bummer. But I know that Gary was calling about EXK, and he was asking about silver. So EXK, yeah, we got EXK. So and then silver. So I think he's looking at both, and then gold, and then gold. So he really wants to understand what's going on inside the mining precious metals area. So with regard to EXK out here, this confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We can see it did this back on the trading session of August the 5th with that nice little dark cloud cover candle. Now, whenever you get a topping pattern out here, what we don't know is whether sellers are going to be able to bust out support, but their role is to try to bust out support. Well, in EXK, you can see that support was between 361 and 379, a bullish structured daily profile. Where did price get to? Well, a couple days ago, got down to that 361 level. The actual low of that session was 362, so it missed it by a penny. Again, the range for support, 361 to 379. So support is held out here. So now you're in a quandary because you've got a valid top and you've got a valid, we'll call it support. I won't call it a valid bottom, but we certainly have support is straight in between it. So, Gary, I'd have to say the pattern here is neutral. If you were holder of this equity, you would stay in this position. Why would you stay in this position? You've got a valid topping pattern because support held. Where would you look to possibly jettison this position? Up at the top of the profile. Around 431, Stevie's green line is at 434. Now that's the message from the daily time frame chart. What is the message from the weekly time frame chart out here? Well, I don't have a valid topping pattern inside of the weekly. And price, in essence, pulled back towards support, which was 358. We didn't get all the way down there. This is a new bullish structured profile. But this, Gary, if you're long, or anybody that would be long EXK, the message that I would give you is you would stay. Would I give you the message to enter a long trade now? No, that's a whole different scenario. Of course, I don't know where Gary or you, whoever you might be, where you might be in on this trade out here. But if you're in it, there would be no reasons yet to sell. I'd be looking to sell possibly at 431. I'd want to see what's going on inside of gold and silver out there. So since I'd like to see what's going on inside of gold and silver, let's go take a spin and figure out what is going on in gold and silver. Because here we have two completely different messages. Two completely different messages. One is bearish. The other is bullish. So which one is it going to be, Steve-O? I don't know. But we're going to go take a look at each of them. And you would trade each separately. So when Stevie says gold's message is bearish, what does he mean? Well, a couple of different things. First, if we take a look at the daily time frame, we're always looking for a valid topping pattern out here. The valid topping pattern inside of gold was the 1 to approximately 1.272 A to B equals CD pattern. This was a sell the D point. You can see the bearish engulfing key reversal candle. So that's step one. Step two is you got to get below at least a level of support. Well, Stevie's green line qualifies as one of those. That's at 2014. Well, we also have to understand where are our profiles. It's the December contract that we're taking a look at. That is panel 3 from the left. That is panel 2 from the right. What do we know? We know that when price, and I'll just expand the panel. That way you can take a look at it with me. We've got two closes below the bottom of its daily profile, a bullish structured profile. Now, here's the real key. Here's where we'll get the real tell inside of gold. If you were going to ask me on a counter trend rally, where is the resistance area in a bullish structured profile that had been taken out and has two closes below the bottom, we would say it's either at the bottom or the center. The center of that profile is 1979. The bottom is 1966. We're at 1969 right now. Odds favor, until we look at a short-term time frame chart, that gold is targeting the 1979 level. What happens if price closes above 1979.70 to be exact? Well, if it's a few dollars, call it $5 at this stage here, then because we know the buyers believe there's fair value, and sellers at 1979, and buyers believe that the real support level is 1966. If you close above the center of a bullish structured profile, buyers should, not must, not have to, but buyers should, and an increase in the probability should be able to push price up to resistance. And therefore, that would be 2020. Now, Gary and everybody else in the audience out here, I don't know if 1979 is going to hold as resistance or not. You would tighten up your stops if you are long, but that is where the counter trend rally would end. We can see a nice little trend line that price got down to, so trend lines can help us in being able to analyze markets. Now, with regard to gold here, there is the chance, a very good chance, what we have seen out here, what we are witnessing right now, is an intermediate term change in trend. Why does Stevie say that? Well, we're going to end this week with a confirmed TD9 count pattern, with last week being the high. So far, we've got a bearish reversal candle, and we can see that price tested a key level of support, 1922. That's the level on an intermediate term basis that gold must close below. If it does, boy, that opens up the door for a gigantic move to the downside. Intermediate term, that would be 1490. But we'd be focused on the daily time frame before we would make that a call out there. So right now, with regard to gold, confirmed topping patterns, daily and monthly, and right now just a counter trend rally into the center of that bullish structured profile, 1979. Silver, a whole different animal. Here we've got the September contract. I'll just expand this chart out. What style profile does this have? This has a bullish structured profile. Oh man. Okay, when we get back from this breakout here, I'll have the chart open for silver. There we go. But you can see the bullish structured profile. And this says silver is going to make a run for 29.92. We'll be right back.
Back in the day, I joined the Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us, and Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at silver here. We were looking at the daily time frame. Let's look at this. So we spent a little bit of time on the daily time frame for gold in its profile. Now we've got the exact opposite. Here we have a bullish structured profile. And as I had mentioned to you, like in gold, here in silver, when you close above, not you, but the instrument itself, closes above the center of a bullish structured profile, not by a penny, not by a pip, not by a tick out there, but yes, like, for example, yesterday's close inside of silver. What that does is it gives the probability that over the daily time frame, what silver is doing is going to be able or should be able to target resistance or the top of that profile at 29.92. Doesn't have to, but that is the message right now coming from silver from the now what did I just look at? I guess it should have been the let me make sure I gave you the correct number, 29.92. Yeah, I think that's what I gave you out there. So, but there was a question in the Tiger's Den looking at a different time frame, a short-term time frame. So as we take a look at a short-term time frame, here's the 30-minute. And what was being pointed out to me was, hey, guess what? Silver's completing a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. 2778 is that number. And you can see the A to B equals CD pattern. And that's absolutely correct out here. Typically on A to B equals CD patterns, when you come into the D point, that would be the 1-to-1 level, or the 1-to-1.27, or the 1-to-1.618, you want to see it done with a narrow-bodied candle, not a wide-ranging bar candle. And this is a fairly wide-ranging bar, that last 30-minute session. But regardless of whether it's a wide-ranging bar, a narrow-ranging bar, a doji candle, what you're really looking for, the completion of the A to B equals CD. Listen closely. The 1-to-1 A to B equals CD only completes approximately 60% of the time. The other 40+% of the time, it's going to be an expansion of that A to B equals CD leg. So the real question that you should always ask yourself is, how do you know whether this is going to be an expansion or not? Now, there's a number of ways to do that. I can't give you all of those things right now, but here's what we can say, is that when the pattern is going to complete, wait for the cavalry to arrive. Wait for a bearish reversal candle at the completion of a pattern. And that's what silver has. Now, it's very possible that this is going to create a Gartley sell pattern. I'm just suggesting that you wait for that bearish reversal candle. Now, why would I say there's a chance that it would form a bearish reversal candle out here? Well, really what I'm saying is if we look at multiple time frames, on a 60-minute time frame, we could draw on that same A to B equals CD, but here we're looking for another topping signal, and this is going to be the bar following bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So that says on the hourly basis, so come 2 o'clock, if there's a close above at 3 o'clock, the high of the 2 o'clock session, well, price is targeting 28.39. That's its TD9 breakdown level out there. And the TD9 count pattern on a 60-minute will not have identified a topping signal. On a 2-hour time frame chart, we're in bar number 8. So it's got the potential bar number 8 can be the top. But here's the deal. You want to wait for some type of bearish reversal candle on the shorter term time frame, on any time frame, quite frankly, if you're going to trade the A to B equals CD pattern. So I hope that answered pretty much everybody's questions about gold, silver, the mining equities out there. We've got different messages, don't we? At least I believe we've got different messages. So let's go to our next question now. This one coming from Zephon P. And Zephon wants to take a look at Disney. So Disney's got a long trade in Disney. Let's get back to our 3 time frame charts out here. Oh, we've got a caller. Zephon, I apologize. We'll come back to you. We've got a caller on the line. Let me see, who is it? We've got Rob in St. Pete. Rob, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
I'm good, Steve. Thanks.
Sure. Tell me what you wanted to look at. I'm good.
Uh,
Thank you for asking.
Okay. I'm just questioning and trying to get some feedback on Odyssey Marine.
Okay.
The symbol's OMEX, and it's had big relative volume the last couple days, and
today for sure,
and big up move in price, and just wondering what your thoughts are.
Now, are you in it? Are you looking to get in it?
I'm long the stock. I've accumulated it for a couple years.
Okay.
In the $3 to $5 area.
Got it. Okay, so your real resistance levels where this is traded into today, and that's using the monthly time frame. So it's 550. Granted, it's only August 13th, but that is where the sellers are hanging out at 550. We're trading at 538 right now. So ideally, now the month has got quite a ways to go. You'd love to be able to see price power through that area. From a profile standpoint, prices above the daily profiles and the weekly profile. It's just the monthly time frame that is the kind of like the fly in the financial ointment for you. So that's your resistance right now. That's one level of resistance. We're going to open up my other charts out here, and Rob, to see if we can find any other pieces of information for you. So on the daily time frame, as an example, today's move is a positive move in that it took out a resistance level of 485. And so you're well above that. So that is, we don't have any other kind of topping signal out here. So on the daily time frame, this is saying this is going to move higher, or should move higher out there. But it doesn't negate the 550 level. So you still got to get through that. Not you, but the stock itself does. But the daily doesn't say, hey, you know, that 550 level we hit on the monthly, we've also got a topping signal on the daily, so it would be time to get worried. I don't see that. On the weekly time frame out here, as we take a look at this instrument, this is also running into resistance levels. 545 is its last breakdown area. And on a weekly basis, Rob, that took place, that was from the week of July 26th out here. So if on a weekly basis, come tomorrow, you get it close above 545, the signal to you is that price should make its way up to 714. That would be its next resistance point. And when I pull over the monthly time frame chart just to take a look at it, I doubt there's any other signals. Yeah, there's really no other signals out here. So it's just that 550. So with that information, what other questions does that raise that I can help answer for you?
It sounds like you're saying that if it gets through the 550, the short-term resistance, first resistance, the next target would be 714.
714. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
In fact, a close this week above 550 would be very positive for you.
Right.
If it doesn't, it's not negative. It's just, you know where the battle is. You know where the football game is being fought. You know where the goal line is, so to speak.
Right.
Okay.
And okay, that's basically what I wanted to know, is where the next stops were if it continued going up, and what I had to get through, in the short run, which is the 550.
Excellent. Well, best of luck with you on that trade, and please call me back if you've got any other questions about this or anything else.
Okay. Thank you very much, Steve. Thanks for your help. Have a great day.
You bet. You too. So now let's go back to Zephin's question out here, who wanted to take a look at Disney. DIS is the ticker symbol out here. And let's see here. We pulled up Disney. Do I have that anywhere else? Yeah, I've got that on. Okay, so I've got a long trade. Bottom was 85. And is now a good time to exit. Notice the TD9 count. So so you mentioned the TD9 counts. Let me pull over the daily time frame chart out here. I'll just see what I've got for a count. So today, Zephin is going to be bar number 7 of a TD9 count. So you're at least, from a topping signal with regard to that pattern, you're at least 1 to 3 days away from that. That would be, it wouldn't confirm until, the earliest would be tomorrow, but more likely not until Tuesday. And right now, what the daily time frame chart is telling us, in lieu of a topping pattern, which is not present, that price wants to target 142.99. So we're about to go to a hard breakout here, Zeph. When we get back, we'll go take a look at Disney. We'll look at the other time frames like the weekly that's trading above the top of its weekly profile. That's bullish and says, hey, I might want to go target 148.65. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at the charts for Walt Disney Company. DIS is the ticker symbol out here for Zephyr. And so, Zephyr, the only resistance level, your question is, hey, you're in at $85. Is now a good time to exit? And I don't see it when we take a look at the charts with regard to topping patterns. Your resistance level, that price is fighting, is the 131.94. Now, it's a bearish structured daily profile formed a couple of days ago. So you're just up at resistance. It's not a reason to sell. I don't see a topping pattern out here. You're above the top of the weekly profile. So that's bullish, and you're in between the monthly profiles out there. So I don't see any reasons to sell. Again, here's the monthly time frame chart above Stevie's green line. So that says that is bullish because the line itself is green. The weekly, you're just above the profiles, but this is saying a move up to 148 becomes the price target area. And again, on the daily, it's 142.99. So I've got to suggest that you just stick with the trade for the time being with regard to Disney. Your other question out here is any insight about trading volume during an election year? Is there even a reason to ask the question? Always a reason to ask the question. Unfortunately, I don't have any insight into it. What I would share with you and obviously everybody else that's listening, I think that we've just seen a glimpse of how I don't know if the word difficult, but I'll use the word difficult. Don't hang on to the word difficult. The trading is going to be over the course of the next probably a couple of years out here. And so just simply, if I were to give any advice, you're asking for insight. If I was going to give any insight, I'll use the word insight out here. Is make sure you've nailed down the ability to easily identify support and resistance out there. And I really suggest understanding the tools of these market profiles and the TD9 count pattern out there and Stevie's green line. If you can just understand those three things, and they're relatively simple to do out here, you'll be able to navigate these markets just so much better. You'll be able to at least be able to immediately pick out, is the instrument bullish or bearish, and then where is a potential buy area or where's price targeting. And if you do those things, I think it'll just simply open open up a hold. It will put you ahead of basically 99.9% of the folks that are out there. So hope that helps you out, and best of luck with that Disney trade. Marty writes in and says, what do you see on the charts for Axla? I don't know. Don't even know what Axla is. AXLA is the ticker symbol. So let's go see. That is Axela Healthcare out here, trading out at $5.30. Looks like a IPO that takes us back to June of 2019. So we've got limited information out here, Marty. But what we do know is price is trading above the top of the daily profile. So short-term bullish. Bullish structured weekly profile. Price is well above the center, which is at 477. So this could be targeting 773. But let's go see what other patterns. Let's go see when Axela Health made its high. Was there some kind of a signal out here? So that's the weekly. Let's just go to the daily time frame out here. So on the daily, when this made a high, no, I don't have really a topping pattern per se. So I just see well, okay, I take this back. Not really taking it back. Guess what, Marty? You got a TD9 count completed pattern yesterday. The bar following bar number 9. And so now we see price pulling back. Now, if you and I had looked at this chart yesterday, we would have noticed that pattern. We would have also noticed that Stevie's red line, green line, turned color, the oscillator and change line. It did so 4 days ago. And Marty, you would have told me this. You would have said, hey, Steve, isn't price because that line changed color? Aren't we going to see that phenomena where price and that line catch up to each other and give us the real test? And the answer to your question is you are exactly right, Marty. That is exactly what I would have said, and that price target is 516. Now, if price gets down there and bounces off of that, then you've got a bullish signal. Granted, you got the bearish pattern out there, the TD9 count, and so price will be trading between support and resistance, support, again, being Stevie's green line. But a test and rejection is a bullish pattern. And a test and a failure, meaning a close below, it says, all right, we're going to go test support. Well, support levels are 485, 458, 432, 436. That is your level of support. Below 436, you'd be looking at 334 would be the number. So expect this to pull back a bit and keep your eye on Stevie's green line, about 516. See what kind of test results that gives you, Marty, and that will assist you with regard to what AXLA is doing. No reason for us to go take a look at the weekly and the monthly right now. You need to see how the daily time frame handles its pattern out there. Let's go to our next question, Robert H. And Robert H. wants to take a look at MOS. Boy, it's been a long time since I've looked at Mosaic, so thanks for even asking about it. Let's go see what this fertilizer company is doing out here. I should have closed this chart down before I put it in, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's just do this here. We've got the time. MOS is the ticker symbol. So let's just come take a look at our daily profiles weekly. Brand new daily profile. So price is trading between support, 1549 to 1605, and resistance at 1832. Your question is looking for a long entry on the daily. So we're going to go with the bottom of that bullish structure daily profile area, 1549 to 1605. That's your number. Price above the weekly profile, so that's bullish, and price is trading right into the center of its monthly bullish structured profile. So maybe we get that pullback into that 1605 level. 1610 is the bottom of that monthly profile. Now let's pull over Stevie's other charts out here. Let's go see if there's any kind of patterns associated with the high from a few days ago. So even though on this chart, I can't draw in the A to B equals CD pattern. You know what I can do, though? I can do it on a different chart. So I'll just do that for you, and then we'll come back to Stevie's other tools. On NinjaTrader 8, I still haven't spent the money to program the A to B equals CD tool because I've got so many different other applications out there, just, kind of like overkill. Although it would be nice to all have at one time. But there's your So here's your A to B equals CD pattern. So I want to point something out. We were looking at silver earlier. Remember that, guys, gals? We're looking at a 30-minute time frame chart. We're looking at the completion of an A to B equals CD. Here's another example of an A to B equals CD pattern. The completion area was 1649. Now, you can easily see that somebody might have said, I'm going to go short Mosaic at the completion of the A to B equals CD on the trading day of August the 5th. As price was making the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, because they heard about this wonderful pattern that was developed, brought to us by H.M. Gartley, popularized by none other than Larry Pesavento out there, and No, that's not when you sell the D point. You wait for the cavalry. You wait for a bearish reversal candle out there. You especially do that when price is above Stevie's green line, which it was. Now, price gets up to the 1 to 1.272 level. And a few days ago, you get your dark cloud cover. So this tells us, Robert, that Mosaic has this has got a Gertley sell pattern, by the way. If I pull the chart back far enough, you'll see that there was a nice run to the downside. And the question was, somebody would be saying, hey, where do I short this thing? Well, you'd short the Gertley sell pattern. That's what you have in play. Am I suggesting that you short a $17 stock? I won't just say no. I will say hell no. Don't. Please do not short inexpensive stocks. And $17.50 a share is an inexpensive stock. But we should anticipate that price is going to pull back to about the 1662 level. That is Stevie's green line. And if it gets below that, then we're looking at that 1549 to 1605. And that could be your entry area. What we need to do, Robert, is as price moves down to that level, let's take a look and see what's going on at that stage of the game. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Another one of the popular stocks out here in Tigerland is Novavax. So John in Sarasota says, what can be expected with the Novavax? So here's what we know, John. We know that price is trading below the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile. That's at 141.79. Today's rally got up to 140.70. So this could be the second day's close below that key level of support, and that suggests a further retracement. Now, from a profile standpoint, the next area of support will be 98.42. That's the top of the weekly profile. So that's what's coming from profile land. If we take a look at Stevie's other charts out here, nothing else changes. Now, price is also below its breakout level of 136.50. So today's close, if today closes below 136.50, this is telling us about lower price. Might be an A to B equals CD to the downside, John. It might be a TD9 count. I don't know what kind of pattern might unfold. And by the way, the next downside target from a daily perspective is 43.60. When I look at the weekly time frame for Novavax out here, this has confirmed an intermediate term top, a TD9 count top. That was last week's high. You've got a nice big old bearish engulfing candle. But John, before price is going to, now what price did this week was it got back into tested support, and that is Stevie's green line. So 115.44. So what is it going to do? I don't know, because support is held on the weekly and support has failed on the daily. So it's really kind of in between. It's really a neutral signal right now. But here's what you do know. If you see it close below 115.43 on a weekly basis, what Novavax is doing is heading lower. And it may head all the way down to $43. Maybe Novavax is going to be one of those companies that doesn't get the vaccine deal. At least that's what the charts are signaling, or they would really signal that to you, John, on any close below 115.41. So thanks for the question. Thanks for all the questions today, folks. And thanks for listening in. Stay tuned. There's 2 more great hours left. Have a terrific Thursday, Thirsty Thursday at that one. And I'll look forward to seeing you on Fantastic Friday. Take care, folks.